Hello fellow YouTubers, in this video I'm going to be doing an unboxing of this Tascam DR-05 audio recorder. Now I've already done a Zoom H1, and if you would like to see that you can click on the link here. And basically this is my second audio recorder so far. I did like the Zoom H1, but I thought that the quality of the device wasn't up to scratch. So I decided to go for this one instead, and we'll see how I get on. So basically first I'm going to show you a little bit around the box. It would be a very quick overview. So guys, if you want, just pause the video there to see the features. Then I'm going to show you the recorder itself. I'm going to power it on, and we're going to do a sound sample. So if you want to go for the sound sample straight away, just click here and you'll be forwarded to the sound sample in the video. Right, so first things first is the box. Looks like so. Now the front of the box is basically as you see here. You can pause the video here. On this side you have more information, not too much, and then on the back you have the most important details, which is basically what is included and what are your minimum system specifications. So Windows or Macintosh, works on both, and these are some details about the device. And that's pretty much it. On this side we just have some nothing really. Right, so that's the device. Let's get it open. Now guys, I did open it already because I wanted to make sure that I know what I'm talking about. So in terms of the box, obviously it's a bit cheaper looking than the Zoom H1. It's just a grayscale kind of a theme all over the place, but nonetheless I'm more interested in the device than in the packaging. You have this type of cover here, so if you own a shop where you want to hang things on the display, it's possible to do so with this box. And here's the first item, which is USB cable. Now that's a mini B, if I'm not mistaken, USB cable, so USB A to mini B. So that's included. I don't think that was included with Zoom H1, correct me if I'm wrong. Box itself, and inside you have a good bit of protection for the microphone and batteries, as you see there. Obviously batteries were unpacked already, but these are the batteries that were included. Max alkaline AA batteries. Now there's two of them, guys, so differently from the Zoom H1 you will need the two batteries, and it won't be able to operate with just one battery, so make sure you have a backup there on hand. Probably use rechargeable batteries. Now I won't actually open that, that's just your manuals. And the device itself, obviously the batteries. So, there goes the packaging, and that's the device. Nice and simple, kind of smooth and non-reflective finish, much nicer than the Zoom H1. And buttons seem like, I don't know if you had them, but like one of the Siemens phones, one of the first Siemens phones with a kind of orange display. Feels very nice and solid, responsive. That goes to all the buttons. Right, so the device itself, on the front you have the peak recording, so basically, peak display, so that flashes once you're out of your range. You shouldn't be allowing this to flash at all if you want to record nice quality audio. And you have a recording LED as well, which will be flashing when the recorder is ready to record. I'll be constantly on where the recorder will be recording. You have a nice display there, I'm going to show you in a minute. You have the home button, power on and off, so to power on you just basically hold it and powers on. Now at the moment there's no batteries in it yet. Record button, you have to press once to arm the device and two to record it, or you can press once to arm and play to record it, up to yourselves. So linear PCM recorder, you have all these buttons here. You can just pause it if you would like to have a better look at them. Obviously you have the microphones there to direct it to the left and right, and you have the external microphone input. Now that can be a powered external microphone input, or if you have power already, just a standard microphone input, which is very nice. You have the headphone in, 3.5mm headphone in, and you have a hold button. You just basically slide it like so, and none of the buttons will be responding. You have also a wrist strap or whatever other strap you are using. Nice feature. And you have a USB. I showed you the cable before. And you have an SD slot. Now SD will be already in the device, so if you open the packaging and if you don't find an SD card, don't be too worried. The card is in here, and the card looks like so. I'm just going to show you a bit closer. Micro SD 2GB. The device accepts micro SD and micro SD HC, so basically you can probably use something like 1632GB. I'm not sure how far you can go, but you definitely should be able to use 16GB cards. On the back you have these nice rubber feet, so when you put it on the table or some surface like that, it doesn't really slide too much. Nice to have. You have a tripod mount, same as the Zoom H1, plastic tripod mount. Feels a bit better quality than the Zoom H1, however I'm a bit disappointed that it is plastic, non-metal one. And you have a mono actually speaker here, I think 0.8 watts or so. And this is your battery compartment. So let's put batteries in and let's power the device and go through the menus quickly. So I only used the device for about half an hour, if not less, yesterday. So I'm going to show you what I learned so far. The menus are quite intuitive and easy to use. And it powers on. So the first time you'll see this date where you need to set. Now I reset the device and took the batteries out, so the device now is completely reset. And next we're going to skip the dates, and that's basically it. So just to show you quickly the power on, how long it takes. So pretty fast. Probably the same as Zoom H1. Zoom H1 takes much longer to power on, but you don't need to hold the button, so you lose some time on holding the button. But anyway, so there's your device screen. I hope you guys can see it. Probably not. Let's try it from here. So it says no music file, so we have no recording at the moment. Okay, you have this nice backlight, and it says that's a headphone. Not sure what that means. Basically, I think it's a set to headphone mode. The back speaker is not enabled. Let's go quickly through the menu. So you press the menu button here, and you have recording settings, which is like so. For the formats and more details, you can actually go onto manufacturer's website. At the moment, I have set like that. Can increase it maybe to 24-bit. Sampling rate, that's enough. Type stereo, size 2GB. You can split into whatever size you want. So basically you can split to 1GB, 512 and so on. As soon as this reach, I think that the recorder automatically splits into the second file and keeps recording, so you don't lose any audio there. And you have microphone power. Now, if you have a battery powered microphone plugged in, or basically any powered microphone plugged in, make sure this is set to off. If you don't have one that's powered, then set it to on, so the device will be powered that way. Low cut filter, basically you just cut the frequencies, so you can cut 40 Hz, 80 Hz, 120 Hz. You can do it in post as well, but nice feature to have nonetheless. So if you have some humming noise in the background, this will reduce it. Now guys, by the way, I'm recording the audio now from my camcorders, so sorry for the echoing sounds. Pre-recording off. If you switch it on, it'll be pre-recording 2 seconds. I'll leave that on, I'll show you what it means. So if I click the record button, now it's armed, and you can see the active bars here. And basically, if I click this or that again, it will start recording. Let's try the play button. And that's recording now. As you see, it started from 2 seconds. So that basically pre-recorded whatever I had before. Now while I'm recording, I'm going to show you some feature there. You have the mark button here. So if I click mark, you can see mark 01 appearing. So I'm going to click again and mark 02. Now basically when you're playing it back on the computer or any other compatible device, you can put these marks, and WAV file will have basically these marks in the file where you can easily come back to it. Now you will need a special software on the PC, but this microphone plays that straight away, so let's try it right now. So I'm gonna click play, and if I click the mark and forward, see it goes to the mark 1, forward, mark 2. So you just have to hold the mark button and go to whatever marks you want. So pretty handy if you have a 1 hour recording. As you're recording, you can click mark and it will make a mark you can come back to it really easily. So let's go back to the menus. We have the recording setting, which we went through. You have a play setting, which you have area, folder, repeat continuous, played, off, and jump back. Jump back is a very nice feature. Basically what happens is, as you're playing file, you can click the play button again and look at the time what happens. It jumps back 3 seconds. Now jump back can be adjusted from anywhere from 3 seconds to, let's see, 2 seconds, 1 second, or off. And you can go to 4, 5, 6 and so on, up to 20, 30 even seconds. So really handy feature to go through the file if you want that way. So you have to play the file and click the play button and it jumps back. Okay, next in the menus you have the browse. So basically you browse through the folders. Structure looks like so, very nice. You can click on the new folder and that basically creates a new folder. And if you click play again, it will make your default folder for recording. For the speaker, you can click on and off. So that basically enables or disables your speaker here on the back. And you have other settings, which is basically the information about the device, about the capacity and the music files and the batteries used. You have monitor mix. I think you can basically put a recorded file and then put the headphones and try to speak into the device and compare the two, that way calibrate your device. Not 100% sure if I'm correct, so you have to try that on your own, guys. Tuner, that's for your musical instruments. Handy feature, when you click this button, it rotates the LCD. So once you tuning your device, you can hold it like so. And that's really handy, I think. Okay, I won't be using that obviously because I don't have any musical instruments, nor do I play any. And file name we have here, so you can click type word or date, and if you selected word, you can change the whatever words you want, and the sample is displayed down below. Date and time, pretty obvious, you can set the date and time. For the system, you have settings as power, auto power save, so how long it takes for the device to switch off if you don't use, backlight 5 seconds, contrast 5, type batteries. Now you can switch to rechargeable batteries, make sure you do that. Now you won't damage the device either way, but it will show more accurate information if you switch to the type of the batteries that you are currently using. Then you have initialize, quick format and format functions, and that's pretty much it. And that's it for the menus, guys. Now you have a quick button there. It's basically like a properties button. Now if you click level align here, so if I basically I'm looking into the file to play. Let's see, we don't have any file. Let's record quickly a file. So 2 seconds, 3 seconds, that's fine. And basically what happens is if I click the quick button and if I click level align, what that does is basically does the auto level on audio, and you can hear it better if you had a really quiet audio. Now obviously you can do it in the post-production, so you don't need to always use that, but it's non-destructive. You can divide the file and delete the file, so we're going to delete it now. What else do you have? This one is your playback settings button basically. So what you can do is, if you record the file, let's see, 5 seconds will be plenty. And if I click that button, I can increase the speed of the audio as I want. So I can play the file and increase the file speed as I go. Now, once again, it doesn't change the pitch if I'm not mistaken. So you sound pretty much the same, but faster. So it's really nice if you are playing instruments, or even if you are recording yourself and you want to rewind instead of sounding like a basically little girl. So yeah, handy feature to have. And that's pretty much it. Obviously, the main features for me is the quality of the recording, that I have an external microphone in, which I'll be using with my lavalier microphone, which you can see on the screen here. I'm going to be doing the unboxing of that as well. I'm going to do a quick test too. Back to this, I have a headphone basically monitoring, which is nice. It feels very, very solid. The only thing is I have to adjust this thing. I'm going to show you on this camera. So I have this dead cat that I made for my Zoom H1, and if I fit it on that, it will look a bit silly. Basically, you can see all this empty space. I can still use it. I have this hairband, or whatever you call it, and I can probably still put it on. Surprised it fits quite well. So there how it looks. Actually, let's record with and without, guys, so you can see the difference. So I click the record button with the funny thingy on. I'm going to do like that. Test 1, 2, 3. And once again, I'm going to stop it. And I'm going to create a new file now, where I'm going to remove that device, or that cat. I'm going to record again, make sure you click it twice. Test 1, 2, 3. So hopefully, guys, you heard the difference. Basically, the dead cat reduces the wind noise and other noises that you would not want. It's really handy to have, and you can make from any 4 kind of thingy and hairband. So be creative and don't be lazy, and make sure you have one. If you don't have time or creativity, you can always go for the aftermarket. I think Redhead, if I'm not mistaken, does pretty cool ones, but they cost about 50 bucks, which is half the price of the device, so it's up to yourselves. And yeah, that's the device. So let's do a quick test and see how that sounds like. So I'm going to go now to the recording, and I'm going to do it in post so you can hear this straight away. So the recording starts here, and basically I'm talking from about 1 meter away. Now I'm towards myself, still from about 1 meter away. From the left, 1 meter away, and from the right, 1 meter away. Now I didn't adjust any levels. Actually, let's increase the levels to 40. You can do it obviously while recording. I'm going to do it again. Meter away, test 1, left, test 1, right, test 1, front, test 1. I'm going to do it from the 10 centimeters away. So test 1, 10 centimeters away, left test, right test, front test. Okay, and we won't use that. If you guys interested in me using this device and you want to hear a bit more using that, maybe outside, let me know. But yeah, that's the device, and thanks guys for watching. If you liked the video, click the like button and subscribe. If you have any comments, suggestions or anything like that, you can leave them in the comment section down below. And as always, have a nice day.